Hi, my name is Nicole Roth, and I am a second-year MBA student at Wayne State College. I'm here to discuss a comprehensive business analysis of Costco Wholesale. I hope by the end of this, you have a better appreciation for the business itself, as well as an understanding of the strategic recommendations that are made at the end of this presentation. And perhaps a little bit of appreciation for Costco, as it is one of my most favorite companies. So to begin a company overview, it started in 1983 and was founded by Jeff Brotman and Jim Senegal. Jeff Brotman had previously been involved with a prior corporation called Price Club that was opened by Sol Price in 1976. He was an integral part of that company's success. And then Jim Senegal had opened his first Costco warehouse in 1983 in Washington. Together, they merged the two companies, and out came Costco Wholesale as we know it today. Costco Wholesale is a membership model, and so members can pay an annual fee beginning at $60 annually to shop at the different warehouse locations. The membership fees do increase, but with each increase comes more value to the consumers, particularly as their spending is increased. Costco offers both name brand and private selection products, and there are 838 worldwide locations. So the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats were evaluated for Costco. This was done in the form of a SWOT analysis, and we'll begin with discussing the strengths. The strengths include customer loyalty, the strong distribution network, employer relations, and private label brand recognition. Customer loyalty is very important to Costco. In 2017, there was a 91% membership renewal rate for members in the US, and that number was still at a strong 88% in Canada. There's also a strong distribution network. As previously notated, there are 838 worldwide locations, and these warehouses, many of them are owned, but some of them are leased, have been a big part of also identifying then process improvement initiatives. Some of these initiatives include just how the packaging is considered for products. For example, in 2014, Costco redesigned the packaging for their cashews, which allowed more packages to be on each pallet, which then reduced the number of pallets or increased the number of products that were per truckload as they increased per pallet. And this ultimately reduced the truckloads by 600 truckloads of delivered cashews per year. Of course, this ultimately resulted in significant cost savings for the firm. Employer relations are also very important to Costco. As an industry or as a firm, it has an employee turnover below 6%. This is remarkable for a retail industry, which tends to have an average upwards of 60% as an industry. In 2023, Walmart, one of the top competitors of Costco, reported an employee turnover of 44%. So as you can see, Costco is well below that average. Part of what allows Costco to be so below the average is their competitive salary and wages for their employees. Jim Senegal, one of the co-founders, has stated, most people agree that we're the lowest cost provider, yet we pay the highest wages. It's very important that as a firm, they try to reduce their costs as a firm, which then they share not only to consumers by having low cost products, but they also want to take that and share it with their employees. Furthermore, Costco has a policy that 86% of top positions should be offered through internal promotions. This is very encouraging to Costco employees that they want to stick with the firm for longer because there's a chance that they could continue with the company and end up at one of those seats at an administrative level. Finally, the private label brand recognition is very important to Costco. Kirkland Signature, which is Costco's private label brand, was introduced in 1995. It was a very intentional launch because as a firm, it was determined that they would only have one private label. This, in comparison, if you go to some of the top competitors, including Walmart or Target, you will find a great number of private label brands for those companies. It's also significant the amount of revenue that is generated from Costco's private label brand, Kirkland Signature. Kirkland Signature accounts for just over 25% of the company's total revenue, which is more revenue generated by some other retail companies, including Macy's and Kohl's. In comparison, it is also significantly greater than top competitors, where private label revenue for Walmart only accounts for about 19%, and at Target, this value is about 13%. Finally, private label has been a great opportunity for Costco because these products are manufactured by already established brands. Kirkland Signature batteries are manufactured by Duracell. Kirkland Signature coffee is manufactured by Starbucks, and Kirkland Signature diapers are actually manufactured by Kimberly-Clark, who produces Huggies. These are already high quality products, which help further establish Kirkland Signature as a high quality private label. The weaknesses for Costco include bulk shopping limitations, lack of curbside pickup, limited product selection, and the company's online presence. Bulk shopping limitations are more targeted or more of a significant impact in urban regions where both the storage in homes or apartments may be more limited, as well as any reliance on public transportation. For example, purchasing a large package of toilet paper might make sense in a more rural community where you're commuting an hour each way to go to Costco, whereas it is much more of a hassle if you are taking public transportation and then don't have the home storage for such a high volume of a single product. Lack of curbside pickup was really highlighted during the COVID-19 pandemic. Curbside pickup in the US increased from approximately 10.1 million households in August of 2019 to 25.5 million households in August 2020. During this time, Costco did not adopt curbside pickup, which is a transition that many other retailers were able to implement and still utilize to this day. The limited product selection has also been an intentional choice of Costco. The individual SKUs or stock keeping units is approximately 3,700 to 4,000 SKUs per warehouse location. This just means that you'll find approximately 3,700 to 4,000 different products at any one of these warehouse locations. In comparison, you can find approximately 7,000 SKUs at a Sam's Club, which is one of the other top competitors offering a membership warehouse business strategy. An average supermarket has approximately 30,000 SKUs, and then you go out to Walmart where there's an average of 150,000 SKUs at any given location. Now, where Costco does make up for some of this is that they do have between 10 and 11,000 SKUs in their online market, which is also a weakness for the firm. Less than 10% of the total revenue for Costco can be credited to the firm's e-commerce. Online sales accounted for 4% in 2019 and only increased to 7% in the second quarter of 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic, when retail industry had penetrated about 20% when it came to e-commerce. There are plenty of opportunities for Costco to continue to grow in this area. The opportunities for Costco and the threats were evaluated using the external environment. For opportunities, there is opportunities for e-commerce growth, the food and grocery market, as well as private label expansion. There was a 90.6 year-over-year growth by the fourth quarter of 2020 for e-commerce for Costco. This demonstrates that they were able to drive consumers to their e-commerce platform. However, they are still lacking significantly in retail as far as how many consumers are actively utilizing the platform. This is a great growth opportunity for the firm. The food and grocery market is expected to experience a 3.7% growth from 2021 to 2026. The US alone accounts for about 80% of the grocery market in 2021. This just means that there's plenty of opportunity for Costco to continue to expand its grocery offerings as it is considered within the supermarket industry. And then also the private label expansion. There are many opportunities for Costco to continue to identify increased product partnerships where they can partner with other established distributors to continue to offer these products, including other seasonal products if they are concerned with having limited warehouse space. The threats for Costco are damaged reputation, disruption of the distribution network, and labor costs. As far as damaged reputation, Costco has had a few significant events that have happened throughout the years. In 2015, there was an E. coli breakout of rotisserie chicken salad that was recalled after 19 consumers were infected. Costco has also had to pay $20 million in a settlement to Tiffany & Co. when the firm was accused of replicating the Tiffany engagement ring in its stores. And then finally, most recently in 2023, Costco had to recall some of its Kirkland signature vodka after online threads had made accusations that something was concerning about the taste, which resulted in Costco acknowledging that the Kirkland signature vodka had been cross-contaminated with rum and had not met their quality standards. Disruption of the distribution network was most noticeable during the COVID-19 pandemic. While this is considered a black swan event, it is not likely to be a recurring issue. It has outlined that when there is social distancing concerns, warehouse shopping locations are not ideal, as well as any disruptions to their manufacturers that could certainly impact some of the product offerings. And then finally, labor costs. The minimum wage is higher than the federal rate in 29 states, including the District of Columbia, even exceeding $16 for the District of Columbia. As a firm that stays competitive through competitive wages, it's threatening as these minimum wages continue to increase for Costco to maintain its competitive advantage in the hiring market. An environmental analysis was conducted of environmental factors using the PESTLE framework. A number of these factors included political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal. For the political and legal tend to go hand in hand for Costco with a lot of overlap. So some of the political factors could include changes in international trade, as well as increased tariffs restricting trade agreements that would impact Costco as a worldwide retailer. As far as legal, it goes back to those minimum wages, which can certainly be influenced by political influences as well. As far as economic, this includes labor and economic growth. So changes in unemployment rates impact the available labor and workforce for hiring at Costco. Additionally, economic growth has been a positive factor for Costco following the COVID-19 pandemic and the economic bounce back following that event. Costco actually saw an increase in the number of memberships for the next annual year. The social and environmental impacts tend to have a little bit of overlap. So with social, this could include some of the global market approaches. This is how Costco has entered into different markets by increasing their product varieties and offering products in global markets that are more familiar to those consumers, those international consumers. Costco has offered halal and kosher products in different international markets. And then in 2009, Costco entered the first Australian market with a Melbourne location. At this time, Costco did extensive market research to investigate how to be successful there. One of those options included increasing the opportunities for acceptable payment, which was a far different approach than Costco had historically taken. This proved to be successful because within the first 12 months, that Melbourne location was one of the top 5 performing Costco locations worldwide. As far as environmental, these are going to be the factors that influence consumers and their preferences. One such has been environmental factors, as well as sustainability and increased focus on global warming. One such focus has been on reducing air pollution and emissions. During a study that was published, it was looking at Costco beef suppliers. This included Harris Ranch in California and the number of air pollution emissions from that beef operation. This drew negative attention and has created opportunities for Costco to perhaps either integrate beef production into their distribution, or to have more oversight as far as how to reduce air pollution emissions and align with the corporate social responsibility policies. And then finally, technological. This includes e-commerce growth as well as artificial intelligence. So over the last decade, it's been very clear that e-commerce has continued to grow, particularly in the retail industry. This was highlighted by the COVID-19 pandemic as well. Artificial intelligence during this time has also continued to grow. Some of those opportunities include evaluating how AI can be incorporated into the workforce through using AI for price optimization strategies and data collection from consumers. These are both been implemented by Costco following some of these trends towards the technological piece or factors, as well as automation processes. This can help with inventory management and further supporting distribution networks, which again are 2 ways that Costco has looked at how to continue to grow to match those technological factors. Finally, the implementation of self-checkout kiosks. This has been a huge change as far as a consumer preference, as far as technological advances within the last couple of decades, and has been more and more observed at different warehouse locations. A financial analysis was also conducted for Costco and measured against some of the top competitors, including Amazon, BJ's Wholesale, which is another membership model that's becoming more prominent on the East Coast, Target, and Walmart. The liquidity ratios are the ability of a company to pay its short-term obligations as they become due within the year. It is very clear that Costco has outperformed all of its competitors as far as the current and quick ratios. Costco was, in many cases, more than twice as successful in this ratio than competitors, but always well above the competitors in that way. The financial leverage ratios also outlined the company in terms of total debt to assets and debt to equity. While Costco did not outperform all of its competitors in the way that it did regarding the current and quick ratios, it was still a strong performer within these categories. Where Costco really shined is its asset utilization ratios. This really comes down to recognition that the business strategy Costco is implementing in minimizing the number of SKUs or SKUs at its different locations has really been profitable for the company. Costco has been able to turn over its inventory more efficiently because there are limited product selection, as well as um, be efficient in receivables turnover and collecting money owed to them. And then profitability ratios were similar across the board as well, where Costco maybe didn't have as strong as a leverage over its competitors in some other categories that were analyzed, but Costco remains competitive across the board with some of the retail giants like Amazon, as well as to the smaller, more newer to the industry firms like BJ's Wholesale. Finally, some strategic recommendations for Costco. The first recommendation is Costco has got to invest in its e-commerce growth. There's a great opportunity for this e-commerce platform to be more user-friendly for the firm. And once it becomes more user-friendly, it's only going to further generate and drive consumers to utilize the platform. Costco experienced some of this growth during the COVID-19 pandemic, but has really demonstrated that there are opportunities to continue with that momentum with improving the platform itself. Top Costco leadership has also acknowledged this is a growth opportunity for the firm. Instituting AI for consumer interaction on the e-commerce platform, as Costco is able to improve its platform and drive consumers to utilizing it, they can then implement AI as far as maybe even a chat feature on the website where consumers can interact with AI to determine product identification, to ask questions about products or specifications about products, however this is best utilized for the firm. And once these are implemented and they are able to drive some of their more of their consumers to the e-commerce platform, Costco can then leverage this by using automation tools to increase consumer data collection. Costco would be able to recommend products to consumers as they revisit so that it could kind of learn some of the spending habits of its consumers and be able to generate those recommendations to the consumers. It can also pull data as far as what products are consumers purchasing. This could then be utilized across the board, maybe at identifying where in a warehouse location product should be positioned, because these are what's going to drive consumers to increase their spending. And finally, identifying opportunities for social media marketing. Costco has limited any of their marketing to just mailers to current Costco members. Outside of that, Costco does no other marketing initiatives. Whereas once they build their e-platform, their e-commerce platform, they will be able to further drive consumers there and perhaps utilize some social media engagement or marketing campaigns that would still be minimal expense to the firm, while also continuing to drive consumers to an e-commerce platform. An additional strategic recommendation is for the firm to continue to expand the Kirkland Signature private label. With the expansion of an e-commerce platform, there could be more consumer data as far as identifying what products would be best to be produced and manufactured under the Kirkland Signature brand. For one, Kirkland Signature offers diapers, but not pull-ups. This is a quick opportunity that could be expanding the Kirkland Signature product offering. There's also already strong brand recognition by consumers. Kirkland Signature again accounts for over 25% of annual revenue for the firm, and this could only be increased by expanding products that consumers are already purchasing. And then the opportunity to expand Kirkland's signature as far as seasonal products. This will reduce the need for identifying warehouse space, as there's already chiseled out warehouse space for seasonal options by increasing the number of Kirkland signature products that fall under that seasonal umbrella. Costco can continue to drive revenue and capitalize on those loyal customers that are going to support the Kirkland signature products. And finally, Costco almost at times has had a cult-like following. They're extremely loyal consumers that just want to wear their Costco love like a badge of honor. Costco really capitalized this in the recent years by offering Kirkland signature and Costco branded apparel for the entire family. This included for adults, children, and even pets. I, for one, am a very proud Costco member. And as you can see, I certainly engaged in this by buying Costco apparel for the whole family, including our dog. This is a great opportunity for Costco to continue to leverage that consumer love, even if it is just offering these options around the seasonal times or the holidays when individuals and consumers might be looking for a gift for another Costco lover. Costco can continue to do this as it's also further expanding brand recognition, and it really capitalizes on the fact that the firm doesn't invest in marketing. It relies on individuals to do the marketing for them. They were very wise in putting that marketing right there on a sweatshirt so that if I'm walking my dog in the winter or I'm wearing my Costco hoodie on the weekend as I'm shopping wherever, that I am helping do the marketing for the firm itself. And they should really continue this momentum because people love it and they're buying it, and it is a great opportunity for the firm to continue to generate revenue. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation. And again, I hope you learned a little bit, and I look forward to talking about Costco more in the future. Thank you.